After that, it takes, he says nothing more, and the student glance I feed Rin the rest of this orange. One slice at a time. I've done that for cheats as well. A third I eat myself, and the rest I left in the plastic bag I put on a small desk next to the couch. Candy returns to her painting with a strange look in her eyes that I haven't seen before. Like wood reflections, it's completely unreadable. You might ask, she wouldn't explain what it means. Some days later, I spot Rin and Sai standing together in front of the gallery as I walk down the street towards the gallery. They seem to be talking to each other while Sai holds the smoke. Good afternoon. Daisy knows it's not really afternoon anymore. I came a bit later than usual, so I got caught up by doing homework. It's gonna be dark soon. Hello there, so couldn't have visit the little kitten again? What makes the face the nickname? I guess she didn't like it. Ironically, the way she wriggles the nose just makes her look like a little bit like a cat. Hello. I turns back to Ren and the conversation they're having. So in other words, everything's going well enough. When that difficult expression turns away, face away from me for some reason. It's difficult, not like I'm missing something, but I'll do it. Work hard and it'll be fine. I'm gonna start working on part of the preparation. They need to do a sales catalog, invitations, decorations, advertisement, and so on. You need names for your works, and you also need to think of the general theme for the suspicion. I don't have anything like that. I'm not really good with words, I don't use them. If I cannot use them, I mean, like, sometimes I have to, but I think there's a time, like, what? I think there's not a time like that at all. You don't like naming your works? I don't like it. Well, I guess it's hard to come up with a good name for something like this. It shakes your head feet in a minute. It's not that. It's like if I paint a cloud and call it an octopus, people think about it differently if I paint a cloud and call it the end of the world. Every name is wrong. Nothing explains what I feel like when I make a painting. It's not the word thing. I think I come up with new words for everything, but would it help at all? No, I don't think so. And the painting was just a name, number one, and so on. It's a bit inconvenient, but that's not good. A name means you didn't come with a good name. A name was a name, like the Greek guy with the sheep and all. Just, I think that's what I'm saying. There's a soft laugh. It's the kind of old ladies who smoke too much always seem to end up with. So if you already know you have a museum, curious to explode. They just clean a puff on a cigarette, which is one down, not much more in the butt. She drops it on the ashtray and fixes the wall next to the door. Then again, it could work. What do you mean? Namelessness, rejection from labels. It works. It's a good unifying theme and something people can grasp on easily. Allows for a lot of room for interpretation. It leaves a good impression. Think about it. Also, associations can be made, starting from identity and self-definition, all the way to wherever you want to think about it. You call your exhibition nameless and build on that theme. How does that sound? Think about this for a while. Not really sure how to get so fired up. Byron's reluctance to apply names to her works. They might be the explorating too much, but it's a pretty impressive sounding idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. First word, I think it sounds pretty good to me too. So we just pocket for another cigarette, lighting with a neon green butane lighter. For his wrinkles and roses, as she appears to think more fiercely on this idea. She didn't say a word for a bit. Every now and then she takes a sharp drag on the cigarette. I think this will work out quite nicely. Can I start take this as a starting point and work from there? I'm gonna work on this. You go back upstairs and try to find a missing ingredient. So they'll come to you sooner or later. Ren doesn't reply. Sarah takes one last pull from a cigarette and drops it on the tray, joining the others of its kind. Your turn to select head back inside, as Ren just reaches the door handle. Hi? What is it, kitten? Can I have some cigarettes? She looks at Ren incredulously, clearly not attached to a short request. Not that I did either. Don't tell your teacher. Just check it in Rin's pocket along with the neon green lighter. Day is already fully in dusk. We kind of the dark stairs leading to the now. It is now basically Rin's Altair. We go inside. Rin and Tina settle down. He's pacing around the room like a general, looking through the skylight, the burgundy-colored dusk. Less as the sun's advanced colors across the sky reflects the clouds floating over the sky, filling every corner of the Altair with blazing orange light. So, painting is going well? He blinks and relaxes her muscles. I don't realize how tense she was until now. Not really. I've been painting in 3 days. I'm going in squares. Circles. You say so. Try doing things a bit differently, but it doesn't work. Now the other way doesn't work either. Need something more. It's not enough like this. Miss Rollins gives me a pause. As usual, I can't understand what she means. Although, really, I shouldn't expect anything else. She either says nothing at all or too much. Trying to come here and follow her train of thought feels like wading through the jungles of Borneo equipped with a wooden spoon and a map of Kaido. It's difficult it's annoying how her thoughts are laid on both plain sight and hidden from view every time she opens her mouth. What more? He said this lie as well. Missing and reading it? I think I'll have to destroy myself. Okay, that sounds unnecessarily grim. What do you mean? Rin sort of slump, and she turns to face me directly. I have to change. I've tried, but it's not enough yet. I have to try myself first, I think. Let's be clear. You're speaking metaphorically, right? Like learning to paint from scratch again and whatever, just so to speak. Shrugs your shoulders. There's no difference. There is no difference. So you're going to start by smoking a cigarette for inspiration? Have you never tried this before? Have you? No, can't say I have. So I'm not sure if I'm going to smoke is the best starting point. Finds my words and another nonchalant shrug. I open the cigarette packet and look inside. It's almost full. So I think it's bad for you, but that's the idea here, I guess. Yes, I need something. I want to paint. I need something more. Okay, fine. What's after smoking a cigarette, then? How do you tend to destroy yourself? I think it's for a split second, running her gaze like he does when he doesn't want to get distracted. I don't know yet. I'll decide later. Remember to take a cigarette from the end. She raises her head with one between her lips and turns to me. Her eyebrows curved in 2 arcs, challenging me to respond. Sorry, recommendation. I picked the lighter and raised me the cigarette. Coon's warm breath against my quivering hand. The flame fingers to life and I throw strike at the flint and tried to aim the dancing flame at the end of the cigarette. A greater glow spreads on the wrapping paper and tobacco was Rin inhales the first smoke. Seems to relax her significantly. But I didn't cop, despite telling me she's the first timer. You need to remember that it's hard to blow the smoke out and spitting the cigarette as well. She sits down on the floor, bringing her foot to her lips. Like a circus contortionist, and actually picked the foot between 2 toes. Get on the floor as well, and we both lay down simultaneously. Rin floated a stream of smoke towards the dim sky beyond the glass of the skylight, looking after thoughtfully. Thin of steely blue smoke floated to the ceiling in fish-like movements. Those in the stagnant air of the Altair, twisting and turning on its own immaterial body till it dissipates in the thin air. What's the word for smoke that looks like that? There's no word for that. Maybe we should come up with one. Maybe. I think they're the quick experimental drag. It's not very tasty. I feel like they're hitting dust lying atop a forgotten book with the memories of a dead kingdom. You wanna try? A hesitation intentionally surfaces again, making you feel freezing in the face of a trivial and commonplace challenge. His ability to take everything so coolly is something I'm a bit jealous of. Alright. Taking it from where I have a drag on it, fighting against the sudden choking feeling in my lungs as they fill with smoke. Every time I fail, wheezing, hacking my lungs out. I feel flustered. Maybe I don't last too much in which face I Ren's eyes. Then pleasant on the second try, but I still pass the cigarette back to Ren. Like a pair of interlinking buddies like in middle school, taking their first smoke at a site with their teachers and parents. Well, I suppose it's not like. That's exactly what we are. The cigarette has shrunk most of the way down in the filter, and it's still looking quiet at the skylight.